Well, that's why Axl would wait to go on stage because he had stage fright, didn't he?
Right.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, there were certain gigs he didn't want to do because it reminded of either of his hometown or, something that had to do with his life.
Really?
My problem with that was like, well, why don't you say it before we get here? Why don't you cancel the gig before we get, before we set all this shit up?
Before we set the stage up, man.
That's
remember, Roberta. Remember if in was it in London where we did that soccer stadium, and then he had a fight with Stephanie or something, and canceled the gig, and they called us to come down and eat the food that was all set up for us. Remember we eventually did the gig, but something happened and the gig got canceled. They had actually upturned the soil with bulldozers to put the stage in.
Oh my God!
And it was that stadium. It was that stadium in Manchester that bordered along the city, a bunch of homes. Mm-hmm. So we had to be out by a certain time because they closed the gates and we wouldn't be able to get out. There was a lot of stuff like that in Europe.
Yeah.
Where
it
was told that. Yeah, we had to get off stage at a certain time because the transit system will stop, and all these thousands of kids won't be able to get home.
Kids will be stuck, right? Yeah. And that's something that he didn't take into consideration when he went on late. That a lot of the parents who were taking the kids, were waiting for their kids to get out of the concert. That the public transit, stops at certain hours. So, like, if Axl was 3 hours late getting on stage, these kids had a hard time getting home, and he didn't take that into consideration because nobody told him. So
everybody, they were afraid to tell him for fear that he'd go, you know what, I'll go down when I'm ready. Well, it wasn't always the case. If you just told him and be upfront with him,
Seems like a lot of miscommunication that he just wasn't informed. Not like he wanted to leave, certain people behind during a riot or any of these things. He just didn't know. There's too many handlers.
I guarantee you he didn't know about that. If he would have known about that, people would have been fired for that. Yeah. Now he always looked after the girls. He always enjoyed having the girls around, and I know that he would have done anything. Yeah, he was really good with the girls. He always liked coming up there and dancing with them.
He was always very respectful of us. I don't even remember him ever cussing in front of me. Like, in front of the audience was one thing, but like when he spoke with me, he was always so utterly respectful and sweet.
Yeah. I remember one time I wore a red jacket. I'll never forget this. And Robert John, the photographer, was saying, "You gonna wear that tonight?" I'm going, "Yeah." Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with my red jacket? He goes, "Okay." Well, we're getting ready to go on stage, and Axl, walks by me in a red jacket and red hot pants.
Oh no!
That outfit that he used to wear, with the little running shorts.
Sure.
And he during was it Bad Obsession when I'm playing the harmonica, he comes up and he dances next to me while I'm playing harmonica, and he whispers it to me. He goes, "Nice jacket."
You must have looked like a wrestling tag team or something.
Yeah, we're both in red. I go, "Robert, please tell me you got a picture of that. You got a picture of that somewhere." He goes, "I think I do somewhere." I'd love to see it. Me and him both in red jackets. We're tough guys. We're real tough guys.
Right.
I'm just sitting in awe. This is just so amazing. I mean, Teddy in himself, it's so awesome just to meet you and to talk to you, but to hear you and Roberta go back and forth, because you can hear the love and just friends that go back for years, talking about the good and the bad times, and you're both still successful in 2018 and doing it. So, I could be talking to both of you for hours, but I'm not going to do that to either of you.
Thank you.
So
what? I always say we were blessed that we were been able to been a part of that, because that's musical history. What we were a part of, and it was. We were all young, and we didn't. We just assumed that this is the way it was, and that the things were going to be all right at the end, and everything worked out. But there was some good and bad, and you just kind of forget about the bad, and try to remember just the good. But it's great talking to Roberta, because she she gets me to remembering stuff that I completely forgot, you know? So,
right.
Yeah.
Sure. Then maybe this could be a last question, and maybe to both of you. Do you either, maybe together, I don't know if it's a joint memory that really sticks out from those Use Your Illusion shows, like a positive, hey, this is a really funny story that happened?
Well, one does to me, but I don't know if I can say it on the air.
Oh, that's up to you. Your laugh is enough.
I remember us together funny, but Roberta would have to jog my memory, but I'm trying to think of one of the fun shows that we did was when we had whenever we had stars sitting, like Brian May or Lenny Kravitz and Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. Those are always fun because they were just, you know.
The Freddie Mercury tribute was pretty amazing.
Yeah, the Freddie Mercury.
You know.
Just. I remember the funny thing was Spinal Tap came to the rehearsal in character. In character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came in character at the rehearsal. And I'll never forget, I went over to look at, I don't even know what Michael Guest's guitar, his name was.
Is it Michael McKean or Christopher Guest, you mean?
No. Christopher Guest was the blonde one, right?
Nigel.
No, Michael McKean was the blonde.
Yes.
Yeah. He had a guitar, and it had 8 pickups on it. It had 8 pickups. It had an 8, and instead of whammy bar, it had a stick shift. It had a big giant stick shift on it. And I went, that's cool. And then when they finally did the show, they came out as the Beefeaters. You know, the Beefeater guy on the whiskey bottle.
Yeah.
They were just like that. Yeah.
They got to make a sequel of that.
Was a trip.
They got to make a sequel of that movie in the digital age. Spinal Tap, like facing downloading and SoundCloud rappers. I would love to see that.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of outtakes that could be made into a blooper reel that would be so great.
I think that's one of my favorite movies of all time. I could watch that movie a million times. Spinal Tap. It's hysterical, and it's so true.
Yeah.
So much of it is true. You don't realize.